Hello. So today we will see the reversible process and irreversible process. That is sometimes it is called as a reversible change or the irreversible change. The process which can be retraced in a reverse direction exactly along the same path of the direct process and system back to its initial condition is called as a reversible process. If you have to consider this is one path, so it is your system goes from this stage to the another state and come back to the same path followed by the system and come to its initial state. The initial state is same as like the final state. That is called as a reversible process, direct process and indirect process. So what actually exactly happens when the process is called as a reversible process? During this process, work done by the system is done when the process is in a direct process, and work is done on the system when its system's process is in a reverse direction. Means heat is absorbed by the system in suppose in a direct process, then heat must be evolved in a reverse process, that is in a reverse direction. Or if heat is evolved in a direct process, heat must be absorbed in a reverse direction. So heat absorption and evolution's magnitude must be in a same. That is the quantity of the heat absorbed by the system and quantity of the heat rejected by the system must be in a same magnitude. Then and then your process is the reversible process. To reversible process, there must be some condition satisfied by your process of the when your system undergoing to the changes, that your process of that system must be follow the some condition. So first condition is the process must be the very slowly. That process take place very slowly so that their thermal, mechanical and chemical equilibrium each and every point or every state. So if the process is very slowly, then at every times mechanical, thermal and chemical equilibrium is satisfied by your system. A second condition is that your system should be free from the friction or viscosity so that the no heat loss, because work done by the system and work done on the system must be in the same magnitude. Heat absorbed or heat rejected must be in the same magnitude. If there is no any friction, then this isn't happens. If there is a friction, then some energy, heat energy will be produced during the due to the friction. So amount of heat absorbed and amount of heat rejected is not in equal in a magnitude. So frictionless process. Third is the process should be retraceable in a opposite direction, exactly the same path. Process should be the retraceable in a opposite direction, exactly the same path. So example of the reversible process, it should be remember. So we are studying the isothermal expansion and the adiabatic expansion. So work done during the isothermal expansion. So there is a work done during the adiabatic expansion. There are the two, isothermal expansion or compression. So when the gas is expanded slowly or compressed very slowly so as to return to its initial state, this is the first example of the reversing. All mechanical process taking place under the action of the conservative process, then that process is a reversible process. All thermal process, that thermal process take place, but it is infinitely very slow rate, then it is a reversible process. So you got to consider example of the ice and water. So there is a reversible process by giving the 80 calorie or absorbing the 80 calorie or rejected the 80 calorie. So this is about your reversible process. Now next is the if it is not happen, that is your system do not follow the same path as in a direct process, then that process is called as a irreversible process. So the process which cannot be retraced exactly along the same path of the direct process is called as a irreversible process. Is called as a irreversible process. So similarly, in this case, you should be see the figure. So your system goes from the one path and it is come back to the another path. Means path followed by your system in a direct process and in reverse process, reverse direction is not equal or not same path. So this is called as a irreversible change or irreversible process. So why this process is happening as an irreversible process? The cause is here, which is not free from the friction. So whatever is the energy absorbed by the system or the energy rejected by the system is not in equal in magnitude. So what happens? Some part of the energy is used to do the work against your dissipative force. And that dissipative force, once you have to do some work against the dissipative force, which is not be recovered back. In a friction, during the friction, heat energy will be the yours, which is not recovered. So this is called as the irreversible process. Example, suppose the diffusion of the gas. If you have to mix the gas to gas, that is diffusion of the gas is take place, that is called as irreversible. It cannot be separated exactly same magnitude of the gas. So two gas have tendency to mix but cannot be separated from the mixture by themselves. This is called as a irreversible process. So this is about your irreversible process. So example, there are suppose diffusion. There is also another example, exchange of the heat between the two bodies, also irreversible process. Rusting of the iron is an also irreversible changes or irreversible process. Adiabatic expansion or compression of the gas is also irreversible in nature. Naturally, in fact, this process is a irreversible process, not a reversible process. So this is about your the reversible process and irreversible process. Now we will move to the another article. That article name is an internal energy of the system. So internal energy of the system is the nothing but summation of the your kinetic energy and potential energy. Summation of the kinetic energy and potential energy. So internal energy of the system. So internal energy is nothing but the any new energy. It can be used in regularly, but it is internally present. So it is called as internal energy. Source of energy is present inside the system. So internal energy of the system. So we know there is an numbers of the molecules are present. Numbers of the molecules are comes together to form the matter or the substance. So kinetic energy of that molecules is depends upon the temperature. Kinetic energy of the molecule depends upon the temperature. There is also potential energy. That potential energy depends upon the distance or separation between the molecules. So you can say it is a distance or a separation of molecule, and there is also force of attraction. The force of attraction and distance is an affected on the magnitude of the potential energy of the system. So it should be remember here, the total energy of all molecules is called as the internal energy. So total energy is called as the internal energy. If you consider there is only kinetic energy present, then we say it is the internal kinetic energy. If there is a potential energy, we say it is the internal of potential energy. Internal potential energy, internal kinetic energy. Now, if you take the summation of these two energies, so we got the total energy. Should be remember. So, total energy is also internal energy. If there is summation of the internal kinetic energy and internal potential energy, then we say the called as the total internal energy. So, total potential energy is also called as internal potential energy. Now, in a practice, it is a possible. Here, in a practice, we cannot be measure the internal energy of the system at any particular state. Internal energy of the system we cannot be measured at a particular state. Internal energy cannot be measured at a particular state, but we can measure the change in the internal energy. We can measure change in the internal energy of the system. Change in the internal energy, and this is going to happen only when if the system goes from one stage to the another state. We cannot measure the value of the internal energy of system, so we can be measured only the change in the internal energy of system. And this is when only happens if the system is changed from the one stage to the another state. And this change is take place by adding or evaluation of the substance, addition or evaluation of the heat. It should be remembered, this is happening only exchange of the heat with the system. So there is a work is done. So there is a work is done. So there are the two types of work is done, work done on the system and work done by the system. So if there is you have to apply the heat energy that is given by symbol dq, and work done is the w. So there is an internal energy, suppose symbol u. So you cannot be measured directly the internal energy, that is you cannot be measured the u, but we can measure the du. Suppose the u1 and u2 be the internal energy of the system, initial and final state. Initial and a final state. Initial and a final state. So we got the u2 minus u1. Okay. u2 minus u1, and if according to your force law thermodynamics, we got the dq is equal to du plus dw. dq is equal to du plus dw. So we got the du is equal to dq minus dw. So we got the, if the heat is an absorbed, suppose the q and the work done is w, so we got this q minus w. So there is a change in internal. So internal energy of the ideal gas. Now see here, so there are the two types of the gas, ideal gas and real gas. When you have to consider the ideal gas, when we consider your ideal gas, or it is called as a perfect gas, in ideal gas there is no force of attraction between the molecules among the molecules. Force of attraction is an absent. Should be remembered, for ideal gas there is no force of attraction. There is no force of attraction. So force of attraction is an absent. So molecule is free to be moved from one place to another place. So there is a potential energy is zero. Potential energy of the molecule is zero because there is no force of attraction. There is no molecule is the place. It is free to be moved. It is a motion. Its a state will change with respect to time. So energy present in ideal gas is only the kinetic energy. So kinetic energy is a total energy because the potential energy is zero. Kinetic energy is potential. So potential energy is 0. So kinetic energy is equal to the or total energy. Okay, so this is an about your internal energy. So it should be remember your kinetic energy now depends upon your the motion of the molecule. Kinetic energy depends because kinetic basic formula is the 1/2 mv square. So mass is the molecule's mass, it is constant, so it is depends upon your velocity. And the velocity of molecule depends upon only on the temperature. Only on the temperature. So we got the kinetic energy directly depends upon your the indirectly depends upon the temperature of your earth state. Now it should be remember internal energy state function. Internal energy state function means it is a depends upon initial and final state of your system. Internal energy is a state function. Internal energy of the system can be measured, but we cannot be measure the magnitude of internal energy, only you have to measure the change in the internal energy of the system. And another parameter is your internal energy is a function of the state. Means it is not depends upon the path followed, not depends on the path followed by the system. Path followed by the system. It is not depends upon path, means it is not a path function. So can we explain it by taking the simple diagram, PV diagram. So we got this. Suppose these are the two states A and B. So this is one state. It will move from the one to the second state. So this is your another and this is your another. So we got this is A, this is B, and this is C. So these are the two paths. So internal energy, we have already discussed that internal energy will be depends upon your the heat absorbed or rejected by the system. See here, dA is a change in intensity. It is depends upon its initial state and final state. So U1 and U2, if there is internal energy of the initial and final state, then we can be defined this dq minus dw. Suppose that your system move from the state 1 to the state 2 by using this A path. Now here your system once again move from A to the first state to the second state along the path B. Now in both process, for the process of the path A and path B, its initial and final state is same, that is 1 and 2. If it is moved from the one initial state to the second state by the path follow the C, system follow the path C. Now in these all three cases, your initial and final state is 1 and 2. Means your initial and final state do not be changed. Only there is a path change. So the internal energy state function, so internal energy will not be vary. So change in internal energy is a constant for all process. So it is a state function. So it is a state function. It does not depend upon the path followed by the system. So this is called as the internal energy as a state function. Now we will consider the last article from this chapter, that is known as the first law of thermodynamics. If it is available, there is a first law of thermodynamics, then it is simple. So otherwise, we will see will be B point. Okay, so we will see your first law of thermodynamics on this board. So first law of thermodynamics is a very important in thermodynamics because there are the three laws: zeroth law of thermodynamics, first law of thermodynamics, second law of thermodynamics, third law. That is four law. Zeroth law of thermodynamics we are already discussed when the system A and B separately thermal equilibrium with the system C. Then your system A and B is an also thermal equilibrium with a C. So this is an A and this is a B, which is a thermal equilibrium with C. So A and B also thermal equilibrium. Now we consider the first law of the thermodynamics. First law of the thermodynamics. So first law of the thermodynamics, we can be defined here. First law of thermodynamics. First law of the thermodynamics. Okay. So we know there is a Joule's law. It gives a relation between the work done and the mechanical equivalent, that is JH. So W is the work done which is used to produce the heat. H is an heat. So basically this work done is directly proportional. Yes, means all heat energy is converted into the work done. J is a that is called Joule's mechanical equivalent. J is called as the Joule's mechanical equivalent. Joule's mechanical equivalent. But in a practice, in real, certain quantity of heat is supplied to the system. So whole heat energy means when you have to apply your heat to the system, all heat cannot be used, means cannot be converted into the heat energy. When you have to supply the heat, which cannot be totally converted into heat, means some part of the heat may be used to do the external work done, and rest of the heat must be used to increase the internal energy. That is called as your first law of thermodynamics. That is called as your first law of the thermodynamics, du plus dw. Means whatever you have to apply the heat, there must be the some part of the energy is used to do the work and some part of the energy is used to increase the or the change in the internal energy. Now suppose there is a dq be the small amount of heat will be the supply or rejected to your system, then there is a small change in internal energy and some part of energy used to do the external work done. So mathematically you can report this. Your first law of thermodynamics, dq is equal to du plus dw. Now this all quantities having the unit is the heat. It is measured in heat unit. Work done is also measured in a heat unit. So amount of heat dq is may be positive or may be negative. Now dq may be positive or may be negative. dq may be positive or may be negative. Now it is a positive only when if heat is supplied to the system. Heat is supplied means your system must be absorb the heat from the external agency to do the work done. In this case, heat is rejected by the system. It is a reject the heat. So work done is a positive when external work is done by the system, and expansion means here work done is also positive or negative, that depends upon work done on the positive. So work done is a positive way work is done by the system, and work done is negative, the work is done on the system. So work is done on the system and work done by the system. If the work done by the system means it utilizes its own energy to do the work done, so work done is positive, and work done by on the system means it utilizes external energy to do the work which is not utilize its own heat energy. So it is called as a negative work done. So the first law of the thermodynamics we can be defined or we can be explained, we can be stated as like the amount of heat given to the system is equal to the amount of the heat given to the system, amount of the heat given to a system is equal to the sum of increase in internal energy of a system and external work done. So mathematically can be write here dq is equal to du plus dw. If its initial and final state is the same in a cyclic process, if the process is a cyclic, means its system moves from this. So if the initial and final stage is same, so we can be say if the initial and final state is same, then change in internal energy is equal to 0. So we got the dq is equal to dw. So dq is equal to dw. That is in a cyclic process. For cyclic process, first law thermodynamics can written dq is equal to dw. So if you want the total work done or total change in internal energy, then you have to take the integration of this equation. So we got the total work done, total energy. So this is about the first law of thermodynamics. So what is the significance of the first? Sometimes asking the significance. You should be remember significance. So first significance, you should be remember significance of the first law. First, it is applicable to the all process. It is applicable to the all process or any process which system undergoes to the physical or chemical changes. You should be remember, if any change, physical or chemical, there may be the physical and a chemical changes is now occurring. So this is first significance. Second significance is it introduces the concept of the internal. Internal energy is introduced by this first law of thermodynamics. Otherwise cannot be considered the internal energy, cannot be studied internal energy. By using the first law of thermodynamics, we can measure the change in internal energy of the system. Then it provides for the determine the change in the internal. It can be used by using this law. We can be able to measure the change in the internal energy. So this is a significance, but there is a limitation. What is the limitation of your first law of the thermodynamics? limitation. Every one is having the limitation. Now, first law, it is based on the principle of conservation of energy, because conservation of energy, why? There is a dq is equal to du plus dw. Amount of heat absorbed or rejected by system is utilized to do the work, and rest of energy is used to change in internal energy of its own system. But it is applicable to the every process in nature between the two equilibrium states, but it does not specify the condition. It does not specify the condition. It does not specify or explain the condition. Condition, what purpose condition? System can use its heat energy. Under which condition your system use the heat energy? Under which condition your system use the heat energy? So, under which condition heat energy will be produced, and that must be used to supply the mechanical. It also does not explain what is the energy conversion direction. It is not explain the energy conversion direction. So, this is about the first law of thermodynamics, limitation. So, this is about the last chapter. Remember, and next we start your study. Okay. Thank you.